What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to my F1 2016 career. This one is the German Grand Prix, and I just want to say that I have returned to work, so videos won't be as frequent as they were before, but I'll be aiming to upload as much as I can, probably 3-4 videos a week. But yeah, I'll be continuing this career mode, and if you haven't checked the past few races, go and do that. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, last time I was awful as Valtteri Bottas destroyed us and made us crash into our teammate. But we've got an upgrade here. Let's see what it is.
I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
You demand. So here we go. Some more chassis weight upgrades, and this time it's the engine cover. So we've gone for our past two upgrades to reduce the weight of the car. I hadn't done that at all this season, so I felt like I really had to do that. In terms of driver position, we need to watch out, actually. We're nearly in the red, so we could do with a very nice race here. Very nice indeed. But Mercedes have upgraded the car, which is always fantastic. They've got two upgrades there. And in terms of the battle between me and my teammate, Julian is beating me again. So we've actually moved up to the 5th best team. What an achievement that is. So we're ahead of Toro Rosso now, not too far off Williams. And for my next upgrade, I'm looking to go for engine power, because next time out is Spa. Hopefully we can get enough resource points for that. If not, we'll have to upgrade the engine for Monza. But you can see, yeah, we've changed our focus over the season there in that graph. And yeah, we definitely need a points finish just to bring some cheer back to us after that DNF in Hungary. But 6th place in Britain was good. Let's see what we can do in Germany. So we go to practice first of all. Track acclimatization is always perfect. It's pretty easy. If you can't do this, then you've got no hope of winning a championship. So yeah, it was a respectable lap. The German Grand Prix track obviously wasn't in 2015, so it's nice to be racing on here again. In terms of time management, it was a bit up and down. Our first lap was nowhere near, but then we started to get to grips with it. So 3 green laps, 3 purple, so we only got complete, but at least it's some more resource points. In terms of the qualifying pace, I find this stupid because in qualifying, I'm on the pace. I usually qualify around 12th, 13th, but I can't achieve that on the qualifying pace task. So yeah, I don't think them objectives are realistic. So into qualifying now, I didn't go out until really late because it was raining. So now the track's dried out. Everyone's put a lap in on intermediates. I thought I'm just going to go straight out on the super soft, see what I can do. So we'll come to the line at the end of our first lap, and it's P1. Unbelievable. I think we're the first over the line on the super softs, but the other cars are coming out for super softs, so it makes sense to stay out. I think the last one over the line is probably going to take pole position here, so I just thought I've got to stay out and go for it again, and this lap was so much better. Nearly 1.25 seconds up on our previous best. We have dropped down to 4th, and I did see Palmer was in 3rd, I think it was, so let's see where we are. We've put it in, and we're in P4. Just behind Palmer, so really, I think we've got to go again, and we do. But unfortunately, Rio Haryanto, this is the reason you're out of F1. Well, it's not because of obviously money, but still, what is that driving? So, the end of qualifying, and still, we qualifying 6th. Yeah, Palmer still beats us, but there's a few penalties there. Palmer's going to be starting at the back by the looks of things. But yeah, the ones on the super softs, it's really paid off, and of course, our great buddies at Haas. Yeah, just right there with us, Roman Grosjean. It's so frustrating. Every time I have a good race or session, Grosjean or Palmer are always there. So we're going to really have a mixed up grid. It's going to make for a very intriguing race. And yeah, there's like Hamilton, Vettel, Raikkonen in the midfield there. We'll just have a quick look at all the penalties. Look at all them grid penalties. Haryanto got disqualified for illegal blocking. Wouldn't be surprised if that was on me, but I don't know what was going on here. Actually, Ericsson and Hülkenberg DNF, so did Vettel, so I don't know what's up there. So, let's go to the race. It's race day. It's nice and dry, sunny day, and we're back at the Hockenheim circuit. Not the classic old track that we all loved back in the day, but still, it's a respectable track, and it's good to see it back on the F1 calendar. So, after a poor race last time out, we had high hopes, but Bottas crashed into us, or pushed us into our teammate, we'll say. So we're coming off Britain as well, which was a good home race for us, and apparently this is my engine supplier's home race. I'm in a Renault, which means I have a Renault engine, so That's a glitch in this game. Oh, always pointing out the glitches, but I've got high hopes for this one. I feel like we should be pretty competitive. We've got pretty good straight line speed, and now the downforce and the weight of the car is still pretty good as well. So, yeah, I feel like a top 10 finish should be realistic, and I mean, we're starting in 6th, I think it is. Though penalties might come to it, so I'm not exactly sure where I am going to start. In terms of strategy, there's meant to be rain mid-race. Of course there is when we have a good qualifying session. So I think we're going to have to stop very early because the super softs were used. I think we did 3 laps on them because we had to keep going on and on. So yeah, we're going to have to make an early pit stop, and I feel like going on to the softs and then just waiting for the weather to come down is the way to go. So we're setting up on the grid. We're actually starting in P4, which should be very interesting. And as I've mentioned, of course, Grosjean has to beat us. Unbelievable. So Bottas has pole. Just look at them cars behind us. Massa, Rosberg, Vettel, Ricciardo, Hamilton and Raikkonen. So I think we might be under pressure at the start of the race, but hoping for a good start. Hopefully we can jump our love rival Romain Grosjean. 5 lights. And away we go. We actually react to the lights very well there. I think we should get Grosjean here into turn 1. We've got the inside line, and we do back out a little bit because I know Verstappen was going to be slow there. So we've got to run on him here, and we're going to be close enough. Grosjean's lost another position. It's Massa behind us now. We think about it on the Red Bull, but we leave it for the straight here. This should help us out. We should have similar straight line speed to Verstappen. Let's see if we can use the slipstream, because we could do with using that to get away from Massa, who's closing in on us. And we're going to go for Verstappen. We're quite far back. I'm thinking about it, and then I decide, yeah, just go for it. Oh, we've got in too deep. The brakes were feeling pretty strange in qualifying as well, and I just didn't have any confidence there. Just couldn't slow the car down. And you'll see in the replay, luckily there's not too much contact. We edge Verstappen out a little bit, and we nearly spin it on the curb, but no harm there. We're down to P4, and now we've got Sebastian Vettel. I mean, we didn't have much pressure on us, but yeah, this is just going to amp it up to another level. So, lap 2, Verstappen's all over, Massa ahead of us, and now I pretty much just let Vettel through. I'm not going to fight this because that would be stupid. We saw what happened when we fight battles, that we probably can't win with Verstappen, so Vettel's through. I felt like with Grosjean behind us, who isn't in the quickest car, we should follow Vettel and try and keep up with the Ferrari, and if we can do that, then we should get pulled to the top 3. So it's going to be a very interesting race, and it does get a bit more interesting in a second, as we're on lap 3, there's a yellow flag, and actually the virtual safety car is coming out, and you won't believe the incident. I mean, how this is a virtual safety car. Rosberg gets a puncture into turn 1, so what? You don't stop the race for that. It's not like there's a crash or anything, all the other cars get past him. That is so stupid, but with the VSC ending, we just blasted. There's no point slowing down or anything or racing to the Delta, so we're chasing the guys ahead, but unfortunately we can't quite keep up with them because our tyres are really going off now. And I did say we had to make an early pit stop, so I thought lap 4, the rain's coming down in about 10 minutes, which on this track is about 7-8 laps. There is no way we can stretch these tyres out another 7 or 8 laps, so we're going to have to pit now. Hopefully the other cars pit as well, and we get an undercut. That's all I can hope for, but our strategy in qualifying is really costing us at the moment. We were the first one out on Super Softs, and I saw on the position tracker, Hamilton and Raikkonen, I think, are on medium tyres, so they can just keep driving around until the rain comes. So it's a bit of a mixed feeling of how this is going to work out for us. A couple of cars have pitted, you can see Grosjean's behind us, and we finally catch up to the pack who have not stopped yet. On the back of the Sauber Felipe Nasser, this should be a pretty simple move. He is in the worst car on the grid, after all. But cars that are pit like Ricciardo and Massa again stuck in this train ahead of us. It's a huge train, and we do actually catch up to them on lap 8, and Massa is getting held up so badly by the man, so I thought, I'm going to do a better job than you. I'm going to go up the inside of Massa and see what I can do, but he actually doesn't let me go. But no, he's fighting back still, and this is an unnecessary battle we don't need. We probably should work together to try and get past these guys, but yeah, I was just really wanting to get ahead of Massa and attack the Manners down the straight, or the DRS straight coming up. So do we get a decent run here? Make sure we don't take too much speed. We seem to take more speed than the AI through turn 1, and we've got a decent run here up the inside of Massa, possibly Verline as well. We going deep, but we've got the double overtake done. So Can we get onto Haryanto? We should get DRS, and I think Massa's on the back of us. He's going to get a super tow here, and he's probably going to go past us. He does indeed. We both have DRS, and we're fighting over 13th position. Come on, Massa. You're a tyrant. Just let me through. I need championship glory more than you. So, we're going to get any progress here? Well, we're on the back of Haryanto, and Massa's got a much better run than the Manor driver, and he's going to go for it into turn 1. They're going to be incredibly slow, I can see it already, but I didn't think they were going to be that slow. Wow, that seriously held us up, and this is not helping us at all. Them clouds look very threatening. They could just burst at any moment. So, are we going to follow Massa through here? Yes, we are. We've dispatched a Haryanto, and the spots of rain, I see spots of rain. Oh, it's making things very tricky already. Just a few spots and I'm oversteering all over the place. And it actually did get worse later on in this lap. You can see a few more spots and I'm off the track here. Seriously struggling, losing track of Massa, and Haryanto's all over the back of me. I can't let the Manor back through, and yeah, it's definitely time to come into the pits at the end of this lap. The dry tyres do seem to be a lot more sensitive to the rain on this game, and yeah, you can definitely feel it. So, coming into the pits, going on to the intermediate tyres. Cars hopefully double stacking. Let's see if we can gain any positions, but no, oh no, the double stack ahead of us is slowing us down. Surely that's not right. Would that happen in real life? I actually don't know, thinking about it. I haven't seen double stacking like that in ages, and we got seriously held up. That was like an 8-second pit stop. We do actually gain a few positions from that somehow. Felipe Nasser, who we overtook, who was the first car we overtook after our first pit stop, is up into the points, and the Saubers are not around the points too often, so let's see if we can close in on the Sauber. And it was very easy. Yeah, you can see the Sauber performance is absolutely awful, and we just need to get rid of this Sauber as soon as possible. We don't want to lose any time, and finally we're into the top 10, and you saw there Lewis Hamilton was leading the race. It's exactly the tactic. The cars that started from about 8th to 14th gained so much. And ironically, of course, it is the top guys. Of course it is. So, on to lap 19 now. There was a lot of laps on the intermediates. The me and Sainz had a gap of about 2 seconds. We were very even. But finally, I got close to him and went for the move into turn 2. And there we go, up to P9. Can we keep the Toro Rosso behind? Because in intermediate conditions, I'm actually pretty good. In wets, not so good, but I feel so comfortable in these conditions. I don't know why. I've never felt that in a Codemasters game before, so yeah, it's a bit of a unique experience. But at the end of lap 19, it was definitely time for wet conditions, so it's another pit stop. Loving all the pit stops in this race. Sainz is just behind us, so hopefully we don't get held up. I think me and Sainz may have held up Massa there, so Massa's lost a bit of time to us. He was 5 seconds ahead, and we'll see at the split how far he is ahead of us and if we can challenge him, because as we all know, the Williams are not the greatest in the wet conditions. They're great in the straight line, so maybe they can defend down the straight, but yeah, in the braking zones, in these tricky conditions, maybe not so much, and it's down to 2.5 seconds, so we could be on the back of Massa soon. And not many laps later, yeah, the rain died off. The rain was very unpredictable in this race, I've got to say. We haven't had this many weather transitions in a race so far, so I think this is already the most pit stops I've made in a race, and Sainz actually held Massa up again, so we're even closer now. So if we have the pace to stick with the Williams, then we've got a shot at getting him, and not too far ahead of him is Jenson Button in 7th position. McLaren are actually having a fantastic race because Alonso's up there in 6th, but somehow Alonso was miles ahead. I don't know how that's worked out. Maybe he didn't stop before putting on the intermediates, maybe that's what happened, but we did close in on the back of Massa. As I said before, intermediate conditions are my hometown. So we're on the back of the Williams. We're looking into turn 1, but obviously that's not an overtake. But he's very slow on the exit, so we've got the inside line for turn 2. Can we do the same thing as we did to Carlos Sainz? He brakes later than us, but yeah, did he turn left into a right-hander there? That was really strange from the Williams, but there we go. Up to P8, and I think we have a bit of a buffer to Massa, who seriously slid out wide there. So now, with 3 laps to go around the back of Jenson Button, we have a great opportunity down this straight coming up. As you know, the Honda engine power unit even is not too strong, so let's see how the Renault compares to it. And let's go. Can we? Oh my god, look at us close in. This is going to be simple. The upgrades, we've made one upgrade to the Renault power unit. and it seems to have done a world of good. And we're up to P7, but you can see the track is actually drying up. It's making things very tricky. I did consider going on the dry tyres, but I thought it's probably a bit too late. So Hamilton's won this race and 11th on the grid, but Ricciardo's got himself up to P8. He's overtaken Massa and Button. He's putting us under pressure. It seems like he's coping with these drying conditions better than us. But it's going to be very tricky to overtake in the final sector. Can we keep him behind to take P7? Conditions are so difficult. I hate that curb as well. That's been catching me out in this race. We just need to keep it clean. Final corner. Can we do this and keep the Red Bull behind? We've got a bit of a gap behind us. We're coming to the line. Yes! What a race that has been. P7 and redemption from Hungary. Feels so good. Some good points for the team, good points for myself, and a very satisfying drive there. So if you did enjoy that one, then do show your support. Please leave a like. It makes me feel so much better about making these videos. So Lewis Hamilton won the race from starting on the medium tyres. That's basically how he won it, because he didn't have to make a pit stop earlier on. Verstappen gets on the podium along with Raikkonen, so 3 different teams there. And in terms of the championship, I don't think Rosberg had a great race. I don't even think he scored a point. And Vettel's not on the podium. Them 2 were in the lead of the standings. So yeah, these 3 could definitely close in and make it a very exciting battle at the top. But of course, there is a very exciting battle in the midfield. And with me scoring points and the 2 McLarens as well scoring points, it should make things very interesting. I've got to say the battles on this game are so much more exciting in terms of the career mode points. So there we go. Hamilton, Verstappen, Raikkonen. Alonso finished in 6th. He was 16 seconds ahead of us. I suppose he did make 1 less pit stop. And there we go in P7. We did start P6, but strategy really didn't help us out at times. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Palmer down at 15th. He actually held back Rosberg from that puncture. So no points for Rosberg. And yeah, none for Palmer or Grosjean, who had them very high starting positions. So unlucky for them. In terms of the driver standings, Hamilton has closed in on Rosberg. He's up to P3, but yeah, anyone could win that from the top 6 really. For us, we're up to P10, and it's that midfield battle once again, from Perez downwards, probably to, I think, Carlos Sainz. So it's about 7 drivers covered by not many points, and we're just behind the 2 Williams. So you can see it's been a pretty decent season for us so far, and hopefully it continues. Our teammate still with that 1 point finish with 12 points, but of course he'll beat me in the rivalry. That's how the rivalry works. And I just want to say, he got a better lap time than me. I don't know how that affects anything. He was faster in all 3 sectors. What if he pit on the last lap and yeah, defeating me that way? It just seems a bit stupid, that system. But in the constructors, solidly in 7th, but the battle goes on. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more career mode videos and other stuff as well. And I'll catch you next time out. Goodbye.